Hi everyone and welcome back to another episode of Unite with Food and Play. Today's recipe is going to be the Mexican tacos. I've done this dish before, not this way, I'm just going to do it a little bit different, but I'm going to promise I'm going to try and make it super easy. Now, there are many variations of the typical taco which are both delicious and popular around Mexico. Ours is going to be a really easy, simple version. We're going to make our own sauce to go with it on top, so I look forward to doing that as well with you guys. Also, don't forget to check out the activity / exercise or poster that corresponds to this dish. You can find that on Unite with Food and Play. And yes, let's get cracking. The first step is obviously get all our utensils ready, super simple. So all I need is a saucepan, a pan, get yourself a good pan, a tefal. So a good pan, a saucepan, get yourself a couple of like wooden spoons, one for the sauce, and one for the minced beef. Okay, so start off with a little bit of oil because we're not just going to throw meat directly into a pan. So, you know, a couple of tablespoons of oil, don't be shy. Preferably olive oil because we know that's better for us. Now, while that olive oil is warming up slightly, I'm going to take one full onion. We're going to throw in an onion. So the recipe doesn't say have an onion in it. Some people like to throw onions in at the end, you know, just on top, like sprinkle them once it's all finished, ready. We're going to put ours through the minced beef. But we don't want chunks of onion everywhere, so we're going to try and cut the onion nice and small. Remember, it's not a race to how fast you can cut onion. Now, I know you see these chefs and stuff on telly, and believe me, I've tried it. I've tried cutting as fast as them, but you know, they've been doing it for years. They do high quantities of dicing, chopping. So just take it nice and easy. It's not a race. So we've got all our onion ready. I like to fry the onion first. Minced beef doesn't take too long. So let's get the oil around. Good pan this is. Can't wait to start using this. In goes the onion. So we're just going to give this onion a quick little cook, you know, so it's not too fresh. Get a little bit of heat to it, a bit of brownness to it. Once you start seeing the brownness of the onion, it's time to throw in our minced beef. Now, I'm using the 5% steak mince. Must have been the expensive stuff. I'm not too sure. I think it's just marketing. But no, 5% beef mince. Going for something extra leaner. We don't want the 20% fat where it's like, you know, they're greasy and stuff. Some people might argue that and say, you know, you like the fat in the minced beef because it adds more flavour. That's very true, but also we've got to take into consideration our health too. So, you know, there's nothing wrong with getting the extra lean minced beef. You want to make things tastier, add in more spices, you know, natural herbs, things like that. Right guys, now as you... Okay, so now we're going to add, so I've got a jar of passata here. This is 690 grams. We don't want all that. Say, well, you can use all of it, but I'm just going to use 500 grams, roughly, approximate. So in goes the passata. Now, this could be the stage where, if you wanted to, a lot of people like to season the minced beef first, but we're going to put all the season, all the flavour inside the sauce today, so I'm going to try a little bit different. So all I've got in just there was the onions and the minced beef. No herbs, no salt, spices or anything. So we're just going to heat up that passata. Wonderful. Now, so obviously separate spatula / spoon. Let's get ourselves a teaspoon. So, here we go. 1 tablespoon of cumin powder. So, 1 tablespoon of onion powder. In 1 tablespoon of 1 teaspoon, sorry, we're going in teaspoons, guys. 1 teaspoon of paprika. Okay, so if your passata sauce starts bubbling at you a little bit, you can either turn it down or just give it a little stir. So mine started to bubble then, so just give it a little stir, or turn the heat down until we're ready to give it our, our full concentration. Next is 1 tablespoon of sugar. Did I say 1 tablespoon? 1 teaspoon of sugar. I say this all the time, get mixed up. 1 teaspoon of sugar. Because after all, we want a bit of a sweet taste to it. Wonderful. 1/4 of a teaspoon of cayenne pepper. Where's that cayenne pepper gone? Oh, there it is. Don't even think I've opened it yet. No. Oh, just 1/4 of a teaspoon. Strong stuff this is, guys. Cayenne powder's in. Oregano, where are you? There he is. So, we're going in with 1 teaspoon. Lovely jubbly. 1 teaspoon of black pepper. So, and 1/2 teaspoon of salt. Okay, we're just going to get it for this. Wonderful. Now, just going to give that all a good stir. This is going to be our wonderful taco sauce. It's like an enhanced tomato sauce. As soon as a little bit of heat hits that, it's like, you can feel it, you can smell it, taste it. Now, this is also a very good sauce for any kind of Mexican dish. You could put it. Well, you could put it on another Mexican recipe, such as I think we could do. You could put it on some kind of hot dogs, or some kind of beef. Enchiladas and things like that. This could be a good. This could be a good recipe for that dish. Now, depending on how spicy and stuff you like it, you can always add in some chili powder, if that's what you like. If you like your stuff quite strong. So we're going to give this a good stir for about 10 minutes. We're going to turn the heat up just above midway. So I'm going to give this a good stir for about 10 minutes. And then it will be ready to add to our minced beef and onions. I spent between 6 to 10 minutes on this sauce. It's ready when it starts bubbling, and it can be quite dangerous because it can spit at you. So all the spices and herbs that we mixed in, it's all infused to that tomato passata. So I think that's ready. Now, simple as this. Switch. Let's get that meat back up to a bit of temperature. Okay, just like so. Remember, it's not a hard job, just pushing it through, just turning it over, just running the spoon through the meat, getting it all cooked evenly again. Now, the sauce which we created, as you can just see over here, look, just over there, is a quite thick sauce, so you might want to get yourself a little bit of water like I've done. So I've got some boiling water here, so I've got some 200 ml of boiling water, just in case my sauce isn't thick enough for the meat, runny enough, or thick enough. Depends on the consistency that you like. Some people like their sauce quite thick. You know, some people like it quite runny so they can taste the meat. Also, this would be a good chance if you wanted to like add in some extra spices on top of that. You know, something that will, you know, alter the flavour of the beef. I'm keeping it really simple today. I just used onions for mine, and we just concentrate a little bit more on the sauce. Now we're going to add in all the tomato sauce as evenly as possible, like so. Wonderful. Now, just going to work this round. Make sure all our minced beef is covered. You never know, this might be plenty, so we might not even need the water, but we'll see. So, I'm just going to mix all this in, cook until some liquid has been evaporated, but the meat is still saucy. So, just a case of working it all together, getting a nice even combination of sauce and meat. Leave no meat unturned, unsauced, guys. And then we'll check out the consistency, see if we need to add a little bit more water, like so, just here. Self-preference, guys, it's no problem, take your time. And now for the tortillas. So, I'm using some Olde Il Pastor, I think that's how you say it, some 8 regular tortillas. Corn and wheat, super soft and flexible. No, I'm not going to go make my own from scratch. One, because I don't know how to, and you know, the whole point of these recipes are, you know, nice and quick, something you can do at home for the family. Don't have to get too complicated. Now, I will just quickly say what you can do, which I've seen on the internet. It's proven, it does work. If you have got a gas hob, which I haven't, these are really simple to do. Just take them out, set your gas hob on to, you know, whatever heat you want to, hot, middle or quite high heat. Stick it on top. Now you probably want to get a parent to help you do this. Get yourself some like some, what they called, the grip things. You know, for barbecues, like forceps, or you know what I mean, the claw things, you know, the grabbers. Yeah, so you just literally, you would take your tortilla and you just place it on top of the hard wire. The flame's still burning, it's going to heat it up, it's going to give it that charcoal kind of effect. We're going to do ours a little bit different, just a little bit safer. So yes, I'm just going to grill mine in the oven. So I'm just going to take 2 of these, because, you know, 2 will fill me. Don't need to be any more than 2 tacos. So 1 and 2, 8 to 10 minutes, you know, depending on the instructions on the back, depending how hot you have the, oh, almost forgot. Don't ask why, but I've seen people do it. You flick water at it, don't ask me why. But yeah, I'm just going to warm these through. 8 to 10 minutes. Now, I will just quickly say, obviously there is a little bit of waiting around time, so, you know, pay attention to your meat and your sauce. Now, it's a good job you leave a little bit of water on the side, because as you know, after a bit it starts getting really sticky, it starts to lose its like water, and you know, so you can just keep topping it with water, you know, make sure that sauce is running nice and smooth. The last thing you want is it to get dead, you know, like gloopy and, you know, start burning, sticking to the pan. But another one, once it's all nice and cooked, just turn it down, you know, just ticking over, keep it nice and warm till you're ready to finally dish out. It's time to take out our tortillas. Now, you're probably wondering, what am I doing with this rolling pin? I will show you. So, first, let's take the tortilla out of the oven. Now, fresh from the oven. All we're going to do is we're just going to hold it onto the rolling pin for about 30 seconds, just like so. And it's just going to let it cool down. It's going to sort of mould into that nice taco shape. Also, don't overcook them like me. I went off the directions, so the instructions are not always good on the back of the packets, guys, because I went for 8 minutes and it turned into, you know, almost like a poppadom, and you know, that's no good. I mean, tastes alright, get a bit of, I think we can do something with that, a bit of seasoning, a bit of salt, spices, but next time. Right, there we are, perfectly moulded. There you are, wonderful. Let's do another one. Same again, fresh from the oven, take real care. Don't rush anything. Try not to break it, it's extra crunchy. Should have the flexibility inside it. So, same again, straight from the oven, get your rolling pin, get the mould, hold it for about 30 seconds until it cools down for us to get the perfect taco shape. Look at that. Wonderful, right? I know. So holding it for 30 seconds and we should be about ready. Keep your eye on that sauce, guys. We don't want it getting too schlumpy, too gloopy. Add a little bit of water if you want it to. You know, keep it going, keep it moving. Okay, so this taco should be done. Oh, this one's even better. And there you go. 2 tacos, 2 perfectly shaped tacos. Wonderful. Okay, so we're at the final step. So all I'm going to use, a little bit of yellow pepper, red pepper. Just going to slice these up nice and small. We want nice, square, you know, thin little die shapes. Just going to lift it up a little bit of freshness, like so. You know, put these into a bowl for the family. Get a couple of bowls going around. You know, yellow pepper, red pepper, some extra added onion, and you know, you'll find a lot of people will just, you know, take a little bit of everything. Some people, you know, don't want peppers on their tacos. Right, now this is something I've always done. I haven't got fresh lettuce. However, you know, if your lettuce has been in the fridge, for, you know, for a little longer than usual, you know, a couple of days old, I always add a little bit of lemon juice to mine. You know, lemon juice strong, you know, just to refresh the lettuce. You know, gives it a bit of zing, what we like to say. Keep an eye on that sauce, guys. Don't let it get too thick, schloopy, whatever you want to call it. Right, here we go. So, dressing up the tacos. So, you know, we could start with a bed of lettuce first, if you want to, or we could put the meat first. I tell you what, let's start with a bit of lettuce. So, bit of lettuce for the bed. So, next we're going to go in with the meat. Careful not to break that taco. It's all about presentation as well, remember. There's enough meat on. Like so. Now we're going to sprinkle with some peppers. Put some fresh onion on there, whatever you like. A little bit more lettuce. You know, add some pepper, some spice, some avocado, whatever you want. And that's it, guys. That's the Mexican taco. Super simple, 3 little easy tips. Is keep the meat, stop the meat going from dead dry, keep adding water to it whilst you do everything else. A little tip for the lettuce: your lettuce is a little bit old, get a bit of lemon juice, re-rinse it under the sink, add a bit of lemon juice, gives it a, you know, lifts it up a little bit more, a bit more refreshed. Hold on a sec. And another one is pay attention to those tortillas. As soon as you take them out of the oven, you're just warming them up, you know, gaining that flexibility, warming them up inside that oven. Take your rolling pin, put it on, hold it for about 30 seconds till it shapes itself. Naturally it will cool down, it will become a little bit more harder, and then that will give you the perfect taco shape, like so. Shall I take a bite? No, not yet. So what I'll do, guys, I'll take a photo for you at the end, finish the recipe so you can take a really good close-up, compare it, see how you do it. Don't forget to give this recipe a try, post it on our one of our social media pages, send in your photos, and this is the Mexican tacos.